A military convoy outside of Louisville, Kentucky is spotted flying a Trump flag or banner. Is this wrong? Why is this wrong? The Salty Seaman breaks it down. Now, first of all, if you saw this story on the news and you're kind of wondering what the big deal is, that's kind of why I want to talk about it. They do talk about it a little bit in some of the news stories, but not really getting into the wheres and whys. So a lot of you are like, well, what's the big deal? He's the president. The military works for the president. Alright, so let's look at a few things first. The first thing is the biggest part. No unauthorized banners are allowed on military vehicles. Now, the fact that this is a SEAL convoy, it's a group that trains out of on the East Coast, probably based out of Virginia. It kind of even gives it even more importance to the story, but in reality it applies to all militaries. Like, you have a certain number of banners and such that you're authorized to put on your vehicle. You know, like the American flag, your service, like the U.S. Navy here, unit banner, like a SEAL or whatever particular SEAL group they were. You know, those are probably banners that are okay to fly. Anything else would probably have to be authorized, and something like this, believe it or not, would not be authorized. Why, you may ask? Well, the office of the president is different from the actual person in office. So a Donald Trump banner can be seen as a political thing, vice a we're supporting our commander-in-chief kind of thing. It's a very small distinction, I know, but it is one that raises eyebrows. You make people uncomfortable in terms of who is our military supporting. Are they supporting the man or are they supporting the office? So kind of keep that in mind when stuff like this comes up. Now, I know just bringing up Trump and the current administration is just going to cause a field day in the comments, so I'm not even going to say, hey, keep it civil, because I know better. You guys are not going to be civil, and everyone's going to have an opinion, and rah, 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 tear it all apart. Okay, cool, but just keep it in mind, like I said, this isn't any kind of, attack on the Trump administration. This isn't any kind of, blowback as like, somebody's taken over the military, blah, 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 blah. This was more than likely people who didn't know any better. They just thought, hey, he's the president, should be cool. I can just stick a banner on my convoy vehicle and just drive on with it. Not realizing, okay, no, there's certain things you got to do, and if you want a banner on your vehicle, you need to get it authorized. If you put a presidential seal on it, maybe not, that would have flown. I don't think that would have flown either. I think they would have been like, no, just put, American flag, Navy, SEAL team, whatever, whatever group they wanted to advertise. The other thing is here is, like, we don't know if it was actual SEALs who put it on there, or if it was more than one person who decided. There's a lot of support people who work for SEALs. One of them just could have been a driver who decided, like, this was going to be a really cool thing to put on his thing. We don't know yet. The situation is still under investigation. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it should be a wake-up call to anyone in the service who doesn't know their P's and Q's on politics and how you do politics when you're in the military. As a public affairs guy for years, I had to be very, very careful, and I gave a lot of training to people on how they show their politics. Obviously, everyone in the service has an opinion. Unfortunately, you work for the government. You have to keep your political opinions to yourself. You serve whoever is in office. I went through Clinton, Bush, and Obama. Whatever my opinions on them were, it's something I kept to myself as a private citizen, and certainly in any kind of official capacity in the military, that wasn't, my job to give everyone my opinion. Like, you can't go to protest rallies in uniform. You can't, say, well, as a petty officer in the Navy, I think, this is the way the politics should go. I don't have that right. You just don't in the military. So hopefully this was a little wake-up call to people in the military to kind of learn, there is differences of supporting your chain of command versus supporting on one person. It's a tricky little minefield, but in the end of the day, it's not really a big deal. Hopefully lessons are learned and we can move on, and the military can be a professional unit that it's supposed to be. That's all the Salty Seaman's got to say about this. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Maybe a little bit of military movie bullshit coming up in a bit. So talk to you then. Peace.